Okay, here's a hardcore, irrefutable fact about making money in photography. And you better listen close. It's irrefutable by anybody. First, let's do a little simple analogy. One of my favorite shows was Stargate Atlantis. Bit of a sci-fi buff, not really. So the alien, the evil alien, got the same technology as the advanced aliens, and then they were screwed. And so everybody was screwed because they all had the same technology. Which was a 0-point module. There was the Ancients versus the Wraith. You know, the Wraiths were like blood-sucking space vampires. So the way the Ancients figured a way out was to transcend, you know, to leave this plane of existence. So since everybody had the same technology, really the exact same same premise and same analogy applies to professional photography so far as making money. Now it is the case that hardcore equipment has become available to everybody. It's like, I got a camera. It's like, yeah, you're still a dumbass with an expensive camera. That a lot of people are getting, and especially true, and I told people there's no money in doing like fashion photography. All these people just want their name out there. And so what they're doing is they're doing work for free just to get their name out. So it's like some guy that's like, this is his weekend hobby. He's got a lot of lighting gear and usually not lighting gear, but cameras and lenses. People are afraid of lighting gear. They are. They're fundamentally confused. They don't know what the hell a light meter is. They don't know the hell between where to lay specular diffuse and shadows at on a person's face. If you want to transcend these idiots, these rack and rabbles, because there's 10 billion people out there with a professional camera, and they'd be so happy. Something like, hey, you know, I'm going to put your picture in the magazine. If you come down here and work for free, you know what I'm talking about? This is going on all over the place. Oh, you know, hey, you know, we'll stick your name like in a little fine print at the bottom of our magazine if you come out here and do the photo shoot for free. And people go, oh, wait, I can't get out there. I'll be right out there. There are tons of people that are doing work for free, but it's not very good work. The way to get above these people is you have to single yourself out, and the only way you're going to single yourself out is the same way the ancients transcended from the evil aliens. They transcended so that you know, they couldn't be bothered by them anymore. The way to transcend yourself in photography is to learn lighting. Hardcore lighting techniques. Where to lay the shadows, proper exposure techniques, learn what the hell a lighting ratio is. Suggest buying a light meter. I mean, just get a used Minolta 4F if you want. It's like $100 used. I still have mine from photography school days. However, I'm using a hardcore Pro Sekonic 758 now, which I don't recommend that most people need a Sekonic for, you know, I don't know what they are now, like $600 or something. But you have to learn lighting, and that's the way you're going to transcend above all these dumbasses out there. Because, you know, there are all these people out there that are like, I have pro camera and pro lens. It's like, yeah, that's good. You know, you can take a picture, you know. All they do is they take the lens cap off and they stick it in program mode, and they go, you know, they're a monkey with a camera. You know, Bobo press shutter release. Right? Bobo press shutter release. Yeah, Bobo take picture with his pro camera. And now I know you're thinking of something else. No, it's not your Lightroom skills, your Photoshop skills. That's just like a little bit of the icing on the cake. Okay? Let's say everybody else out there has a cake, right? It's like, well, I've got Grandma's secret recipe cake. It tastes awesome. Okay? And you've got the icing too, which is the lighting. So it's just, and then the sprinkles on top, you know, that's just Photoshop and Lightroom. There's little sprinkles like, oh, that's wonderful. That isn't going to do it. What will do it is lighting. All the Photoshop skills and Lightroom skills you have in the world, well, that's helpful for a lot of different stuff. If you can't actually crank it out to where, you know, okay, it needs to be cropped. I need to, you know, move my sliders a little bit left or right on Lightroom. That's all it needs to be done. You know, wow. And then you got an awesome piece of artwork. Because I see a lot of stuff out there, people like, these people are being paid. And their work is no good. You know, I still do jobs. I haven't disappointed anybody in 20 years. Was it 15 years? I know it's no less than 15 years. And that was a crazy chick anyway, so she doesn't count. I don't disappoint anybody when I show up to do a paid gig. Never. You have to transcend all these monkeys with a camera. And the way you're going to do it is with lighting. Because that is literally what scares these people. You like stand inside this invisible circle, which we call lighting. And they don't really enter into it. They're not able to see anything other than what their eyes can see. What you have to do is you have to be able to see. It's like, well, if I, this is strongly backlit. This looks like shit. But if I do some high-speed sync photography, place an umbrella over here, 45-degree angle, use a soft gold reflector, yeah, and then I drop my ambient down to where like a 6 o'clock light looks like 8 o'clock light, and the sun's about to set. Looks like anyway. Able to raise my ambient illumination up. Maybe drop a hair light back there with like a golden tint. I'm going to use like an orange gel so it's like golden specular illumination falls in the outline of her hair. That's the stuff that will separate you out. That is where the money is. People see that and they're, they'll have like a visual orgasm going on. And then what will happen then is things will roll hard and you will get more gigs than you're willing to do. I know people that do that. Once they crank the lighting, they don't even have to give their business card out. Their business cards become irrelevant bullshit. They start getting calls because someone's like, oh my God, look at the pictures you took. He's like, oh my God, we should do my pictures. I'm going to give them a call. You won't have to have a website. You don't have to. A serious pro doesn't need anything more than word of mouth once their work rolls out and it is found out that they do really awesome work. The word of mouth alone will keep them so busy that they'll just be, they'll be booked all the time. Once you cross, and this is no bullshit, once you cross that invisible line where you know how to use lighting properly, and you know how to use a light meter, and you know what a lighting ratio is, you don't have to think in terms of ratio. You can think like 30% of my main light I'm going to use for my fill light. I'm going to use like half that for my fill. You start thinking where I want my speculars to fall, how it's going to give definition to my subject. Once you cross that line, the work will come to you. It will. It will crawl to you. There are some other things you'll have to do if you want higher paying jobs. Like, listen, this is my work. I do a great job. Here's an example. Any other time, though, once you cross that line, people will be calling you. What people complain then about is not getting enough jobs. It's having too many jobs. Like, I can't handle this shit. I got 5 gigs I got to do today. I'm just worn out. It's like, yeah, but the money's rolling in. Yeah, but time and money. You either have the time or you don't have the money. You have the money, you don't have the time. And then you'll have to make a bunch of life choices. But that's an undeniable fact. So you have to separate yourselves out from the monkeys with the pro gear. Because the monkeys with the pro gear, they don't know shit about lighting. It's like, oh, I got a pro camera. Stand over there. Stick your hands on your hip. I'm going to take a professional shot. Ooh, it looks like a snapshot. Yeah, but no. It's about lighting. So, train yourself in that. And if you don't have the lighting gear, instead of all that money you're saving up for the next lens that you're lusting after, you should stick that into lighting. Because everything is about lighting. Everything. And once you know how to use it correctly, and you have it, then you'll have transcended above everybody else that's out there is doing free work, Because their shit isn't worth anything. It's free for a reason. And you can't struggle with them. Hard work is wrong. I don't believe in hard work. I believe in smart work. And when you're able to work smarter than other people, then you transcend above the rack and the rabble, all the knuckle-dragging, pseudo-intellectual, mental midget assholes with an expensive camera and lens that don't know what the hell they're doing. They just don't. Learn the lighting and you will separate yourself above everybody else, and then you will not have to worry about making money. You won't. You won't have to worry about it anymore. Because the lighting will speak for... Everything is about saturation. Best lenses in the world look like fucking snapshots without saturation. Saturation is what cameras and lenses screen for. Even the very best camera and lenses, they all screen for saturation. And that's lighting. It's like, I work in ambient light. When someone says that, I'm like, okay, you're an idiot that doesn't know how to use a speed light or a studio strobe. It's like, I'm an ambient light photographer. I love it when people say that because they go, it's the same thing as saying, I'm stupid. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Like this video and drop a buck or two. Drop me some shortbread cookies. Oh yeah, shortbread cookies. This is exactly what my fat ass needs, some shortbread cookies. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. You ever heard of those waffle snaps? They're like, I think they're made in Britain. They're golden looking. They look like waffles, but they're like crispy like potato chips. But they look like waffles. You ever had those things? What the hell are those things called? I gotta get another box. Of course, I shouldn't be eating them. What are those waffly? What are those waffle-looking crisps called? Ooh, romanticizing about like crispy waffle treats. Bye. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum.